What's up YouTube? My name is Repsaj. I'm here today making my first YouTube video in a long time. I used to make content, make guides and stuff for World of Warcraft way back in the day. I've had my YouTube channel for a very long time. I've been making YouTube videos since I was a really little kid. And I kind of stopped a long time ago because, you know, you're a kid, you're a freshman in high school, people kind of like make fun of you or whatever, and nerds aren't very popular, and obviously my priorities weren't straight, and so I kind of stopped doing it. But super stoked to be back and making some YouTube videos because I have a lot of fun with this game, TFT. I'll share a little bit about my history with TFT in a second, but first off, I also want to just get into this game. So with set 8 coming around, set 13 coming around the corner here pretty soon on Wednesday, you know, I've been trying to try out some different builds, try out, you know, figure out what's actually kind of meta, not just like testing too much, because since the set's coming out so quickly, definitely want to get ready for ladder. So I get a Academy emblem, kind of bedge, kind of unfortunate there. But it's some health. Maybe I can get a Hextech Gunblade here soon. And yeah, I start off with this just Enforcer Bruiser start. I do like this start. I really like Trundle. I'm a big Trundle enjoyer, big Bruisers enjoyer, long time. Snipers also seems really good. But this game we're actually going to be playing some Sorcerers. We're going to actually be playing some 8 Sorcerer gameplay, and it seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I'm not a big fan of mages. I've always been partial to playing AP in this game. But yeah, we'll just have to see how this kind of goes, because right now we're starting off with Academy Spat. It's not looking ideal. Looking at this pretty weak board here. Now I do want to get into some other traits and stuff like that, but a little bit about me first, while we're just kind of beating some of these boards to death with our Bruiser board. Don't sell the Zyra. We sell the Zyra. You'll see why that's kind of unfortunate here in a sec. But yeah, so I started playing TFT in set 1. I played League of Legends since pre-season 1, back when it kind of looked like a flash game, and definitely wasn't you know, definitely wasn't the most well-rounded game, but it was a lot of fun back in the day, very rage-inducing. And you know, I couldn't really play League of Legends consistently because I found that the community was kind of toxic and the gameplay was a bit mechanically challenging for me. I have like a hand-eye coordination issue in the old dome, so I really like strategy games like this. Maybe I'll play some other games in the future and put it on the channel, but for right now, I'm going to be sticking with TFT. Like I said, I started playing in set 1. Kind of took a break, didn't really get it, didn't really get the hype. It was a lot of fun to watch and learn about, but everybody was just forcing on-hit Lucian reroll set 1 when I was playing. I was like, you know, not my favorite. So I picked the game back up in set 5 when set 5 came out. I got platinum for the first time. I'd been hard stuck gold my whole life in League of Legends, so I was immediately like, okay, I can hit platinum, you know, just kind of playing how I want to play, doing my thing. And once I started to learn more about the meta, learn more about pacing and tempo and all the other fundamentals of the game, you know, it kind of started to click. Set 6, I reached Diamond, and then set 6.5 I actually reached Masters 0 LP. Now, I'm going to preface that with I was hard stuck 0 LP for the remainder of that set, but that was a huge achievement for me. You know, I've never been that high rated in a game before, and ever since then I've played most of the sets. Kind of wasn't a big Dragonlance enjoyer, kind of didn't play that game. Also the was it set 10, set 11 with the music themed set? I wasn't a big fan of how RNG that set was. So I kind of took a break there as well, but I've been consistently diamond to high emerald, mid emerald, for as long as I played this game. Also, look at this Steb unit, an absolute beast, honestly. Didn't really consider him much of an item holder or much of a unit until I played this game, but he is kind of a beast with BT Titans here, and those are definitely good items in this set. It seems like there's a lot of, pretty awesome melee carries, melee duo carries, Vi, Mbessa, Savika, that were really great holders of these items. So I felt pretty good about slamming these off the bat here, and ends up not really fitting with the direction I go this game, but you'll see, things work out pretty well for us in this game. So here we pick up a Sorcerer emblem on 3-1, and pretty stoked on that. Was kind of trying to angle toward this Academy, playing this Academy board. You see I have the Leona here, and we might end up playing it, but Academy, one of those traits that kind of seems like cool idea. I feel like it's either going to be like kind of really broken, or something you kind of just check game to game, see if it might give a good item for an opener that you're starting with. A Sorcerer opener with Lux could be it could be playable. So now we have 1 buff, 2 buff, Tiniest Titans, and Pandora's items. And we immediately go with we go with the Pandora's bench. Not a big fan of this Academy spat, so kind of thinking, maybe we can re-roll it into something else. We can turn some of these AD items into a little bit more of our AP angle here. And yeah, so let's see. These Sorcerer units seem pretty good, honestly. Zyra seems like a pretty nice CC unit. Figuring out what units are kind of the source of early game CC is usually one of my priorities, and just like figuring out how I'm going to start playing the early game when it comes to a new set. This Steb unit also just an absolute demon, an absolute Chad on the board. Top damage, never dying. That's what we like to see. Okay, we do secure some rods here. We might slam something, but we're just going to keep playing this 4 Sorcerer board, see if we can keep win streaking. Nice early Mbessa in the shop. Okay. Now this is definitely a sus move. Selling this Steb may not be the right call here, and now we are against a pretty insane Conqueror board, so might not have really mattered. But nonetheless, what are some other traits I've really been enjoying? Honestly, I really like Enforcer. I really do like Conqueror. I like the different angles for econ traits this set. I really like playing some of these econ traits. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, haven't gotten too much practice in with Chem Barons yet, but that does seem pretty broken. Alright, we're gonna speed this up to 2x. I know you guys don't want to listen to me talk for too long. Ooh, and then here we start to get the idea. Maybe a Sorcerer. Yeah, okay, a Sorcerer Heimerdinger. We also absolutely high roll a second Heimerdinger here in the shop, so something could come of this. I like Heimerdinger. The Visionary board is pretty freaking cool. I think Visionary is a nice new take on like a mana trait, as opposed to just like sort of the standard gain X amount of mana, it amplifying the mana you get. Is pretty cool. Now let's see, we're going into the team planner here. Big ups to Riot for the new team planner. Really innovating on this idea of being able to save multiple comps, copy pasting things into comps or into our team planner. I don't know how I feel about that. I do like to reference online resources like TFT Academy, Tactics.tools, MetaTFT. But it looks like this set is really going to place a new focus on, board innovation and just like figuring out how to make your own kind of custom comps as opposed to playing around, what is statistically the best. Also, what is up with 5 costs on 7 this set? So far, playing the PBE, I've been seeing a lot of 5 costs on 7, and kind of sussed, if you ask me. Okay, we do lose this fight here. Continue our loss streak. Kind of rumble in the shop. Okay, now what's next here? We end up going with this. Zeke's not ideal, but it is going to help us cast a lot faster. So, could be interesting. What are we going to do here? Alright, we're going to Tekken 3 Experiment. Experiment, something I haven't really played with much. Seems like Twitch could be a really good unit to play around. Sniper's also looking really strong this set. But, I don't know. I'm not really sold on this Experiment trait yet. What do you guys think? What's your favorite trait in the set so far? Love to hear your thoughts. Alright, what do we do here? We're definitely picking up another Savik randomly. Honestly, probably should have just played it. The glove rolling gold is pretty nice, but instead we opt for 6 Sorcerer. Getting more AP on our carry Heimerdinger here. Hopefully saving us some health. We've got a Visionary Spat Enjoyer in the lobby, which I respect. 8 Visionary also looking super nice. Definitely the goal in this game is to find LeBlanc, play for more, play for that 4 Black Rose. Now that we have that Spat, and picking up this Elise couldn't come at a better time. What's the move here? Okay. Now this one's questionable. I mean, Radiant Shiv is a pretty good item. Definitely not ideal here. We also rolled down a bit late on 4-5, but I think I was just trying to like get an idea of like what I want to be playing. I do have some room to maneuver here. Okay, now we're on the. I always forget the name of this. The name of this round, but we're choosing a champion to evolve here, and I think this has a lot of interesting potential, especially with the removal of stats being available. Now I'm sure there's going to be stats for these evolutions, whatever you call them, somehow accessible online, but it's a really interesting way to sort of like augment your board and figure out how to shape your team comp around. So we're going to go with this when an ally dies, gain 100% of their current mana. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we're just going to go for more flat AP here. Somewhat of a interesting choice, that's for sure. Maybe go with Visionaries instead. Okay, I like it. Looking at going 8 Arcane here. 8 Sorcerer, excuse me. By the way, how are we feeling about Arcane? With a set being kind of themed around it. That's pretty cool. Coming from a longtime player of League of Legends, and a longtime player of World of Warcraft, where there's a really deep kind of lore universe. Pretty sick to actually see a company taking advantage of their lore and their IP and making what seems like a really good show around it. So now we are on 8 Sorcerer, and I will say that this is looking like a pretty beast board. Let's see if I can go back here. Do we mouse over 8 Sorcerer? No, we don't. Okay, that's okay. But what 8 Sorcerer does pretty much gives you a ton of AP, and also gives you makes your abilities cause whoever takes damage from your sorcerers to do 25% less damage. So kind of building in some defensive into it, which I think is pretty cool. I think it definitely could mean that like healing items do really well on your carries, like a Hextech Gunblade could end up being really good on your primary carry, just to kind of play around the stall nature of the board a little more. Okay, we do find Elise 2 here, and I would say we are pretty bing chilling. Moving this Elise around, these two Dragon Claws not doing the most work, but getting that cast off and then getting a second cast off as well. Elise is a beast, that's for sure. I really like playing around these CC units, playing around the positioning element of these CC units. Could even play her backline here. That could be pretty cool. I actually kind of wish I ended up going with this, because that could have been really interesting. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to try to position our Elise to catch some important units with her CC, and we're just going to be mowing them down. So I just want to say here in this video that kind of the reason I'm starting the channel is sort of just to document my process with learning and growing in TFT. Like I mentioned before, I've been playing for a long time, and I love this game, and I know that I could be a challenger. I know I could get to challenger one day, and that's my goal. So being kind of hard stuck emerald, hard stuck diamond and emerald for the last couple sets, I'm sure it's going to be quite a challenge, and it's going to be a struggle, but I know we can get there. I know we can get there. Maybe this is my set. Would I settle for GM? I would definitely settle for GM, that's for sure. But those are my goals. Might be a bit lofty, but hopefully I can take you guys along for the ride with me. Kind of getting unlucky with our emblem rerolls here. We could have maybe looked to play around the experiment emblem, but we don't have Mundo anymore. It's just not really happening. So let's see here. And we're doing pretty good. We're on a nice win streak. This seems like a really busted augment. Sorry, really busted trait. Keep mixing those up. But we get down to the end here. Someone else finds LeBlanc too, which is unfortunate. That is kind of what we're going for. And we'll notice that I've kind of just been focused on my own board. I think I'm playing with some friends in this lobby. Not too focused. Checking out anomalies. Oh, so back up really quick. This is looking pretty scary. This guy's 10 Rebel. Gain an emblem that matches a non-unique trait from this champion. So he used it on Jinx, Jinx being a Rebel ambusher. Played the 50-50 and ended up getting the Rebel spat. This is pretty crazy, especially since he already had a Rebel spat. Went 10. See, he has hedge funds, so you know, this was kind of set up for him. And now we're going to be going 9, trying to find maybe, oh, what's the move here? We have 2 emblems. We should definitely be slamming these emblems to gain extra health, and it seems as though we are not doing that. Is it that much extra health? Not really, but since this is kind of a stall comp, definitely would have been, well, wouldn't have mattered. This 10 Rebel is absolutely insane. Let's just go back one more time. I think I got a little salty, maybe FF'd prematurely before the last round here, so let's just look at this one more time. This Rebel Mordekaiser, first off, stuns the whole board, and then just absolutely crushes my board in an instant. So 10 Rebel looking really nice. And that is the game here, folks. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it through the whole video, I really appreciate you sticking around. I'm really looking forward to making more TFT content in the future, sharing guides about what comps I'm playing, what I'm learning, how I'm studying to improve myself, especially on a limited time schedule. I do not work from home. I have a full-time job, so I'm gonna, within those time constraints, I am going to be looking to make this climb. So here's the Bedge surrender. Kind of unfortunate. but I've seen enough. So thank you guys so much for watching again, and have a nice day.